First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight. There are people I haven't seen for ages, people who I see a lot, and even some people I don't know or haven't met until tonight. So thank you, first of all, for coming. I would like to thank Tony. Thank you so much for coming along to help me celebrate this little thing. When I started work at Lonely Planet all those years ago, it was still in the first place, well, the second place it ever was, apart from Tony and Maureen's kitchen, which is very reminiscent of where our publishing company is at the moment, on the dining room table. And when I first started at Lonely Planet, Tony and Maureen were actually overseas. I didn't meet them for the first 12 months. And the guy that I started with on that day took the staff from 8 to 10. And it's now 500. So I don't know whether Clandestine Press will ever get to 500. The guys sitting at the table downstairs when we when we first arrived asked what was happening, and I told him. He said, "So the 12 people got out of the bus. Are these your staff?" Maybe one day. So I. Sitting around the table at a writers' group that Vicky Petratus and I decided to start a couple of years ago, because we were both about to try a different kind of writing, a different kind of genre to what we'd done before, and we thought that we should gather together a few other writers and get together, and that's where the name Clandestine came from. We were at the Clandestine Writers Group to start with. Someone said we should have a name, the something or other writers group, and I said we should be a clan, and out of it came Clandestine. And as Vicky reminded me today, in those early days of the writers group, we were all sitting around, most of us published authors, some of us still waiting to be published and looking for authors, bemoaning the fact that, you know, we never made enough money, and that those of us who are not published yet were still looking for publishers. And we all said, oh, wouldn't it be great, start our own publishing company? Yeah, in our dreams. And then I was talking to Kerry, Greenwood, who had this book, and I'd not long read her book Medea, which was just totally blew me away, and it's not available anywhere. And I said to Kerry, I would, if I could, I'd start a publishing company and I would get Medea out there. And she said, well, if you decide to start a publishing company, I've also got this Egyptian book. And it went from there, and I would not have probably done anything, taken that step, that step into the abyss, really. People keep telling me it's brave. I don't know whether it's brave or crazy or whatever. But I wouldn't have done it in the first place, actually taken the step and looked around to see if I had the skills to do it, if Kerry hadn't had the faith in me and what she knew about me to give me her book. And then said that David had one too. And she also said that Redback should be out there again, because it wasn't out there. And I thought, well, why can't I? Why can't I do this? I thought to myself, I've got all these skills. I discovered I had all these skills, most of which I got from Lonely Planet in terms of publishing, in the days when it was small and there was only 10 of us and there was lots of things to learn, and the few of us did just about everything. I was just thinking the other day that the teletext machine thing, my God, we've got instant email now. I know, there was a teletext machine. I'm thinking, and
we did do everything.
Yes, and we did. Yes, we learned how to carry books in from the truck into the warehouse. We learned how to pack orders. We learned how to... I'm pretty sure that Lonely Planet was the first publishing company that actually had computers in this country as a publishing company. So my first job was to put a book for its very first time on computer. But we also... It was the days when typesetting machines churned out bits of galley that you had to stick down on pages. So we literally did everything. And then over the years I learnt skills from other people and other places, and now we're in the 21st century, and through Facebook I get a cover illustrator, first of all to do Kerry's book, and I'm sure you've all seen how extraordinary that cover is. And then the same guy also did Redback, which is so completely different. And I found him through Facebook, and he lives in Arizona. Go from a teletext machine and putting the first book on computer to just through Facebook going, oh, how much do you charge to do these illustrations, thinking it was going to be $1 gazillion, and it was affordable. And I'm thinking, whoa, if that's affordable, then maybe printing is affordable, maybe everything is affordable. So here I am, barely thank Google God, indeed. And here I am barely 6 months later, and I'm the publisher of Clandestine Press. So I have a few specific people to thank. First of all, Tony, again, I have to keep doing that. David and Kerry for trusting me with their wonderful books. I also have to thank Carmel Shoot. Where's Carmel? Carmel Shoot. Carmel Shoot, for those of you who don't know, is the warp drive of Sisters in Crime, and keeps us going and going and going, and we're just about to enter our 20th year. She's also a publicity person extraordinaire. I reckon that Clandestine Press has got the highest profile of any publishing company in the shortest space of time, thanks to the incredible work that she's done. I mean, I even got into, Jason Steger's column in The Age last Sunday. Whoa! And various other things as well. So any publishers, authors, anybody in the room need a publicist, Carmel is the absolute best person to raise your profile and, get things moving for you. I would like to thank my fellow writers in Clandestine Writers Group, most of whom are here today. Even the one who doesn't come to the writers group very often is here today. I would especially like to thank the Bitten writers, most of whom came in the bus tonight, all the way from the Mornington Peninsula. They're minioning for me. My minions have capital M. Okay, they're not little minions. They're wonderful, much-loved minions, but they're minioning over there selling books tonight. And so I would like to thank them for their support, for their encouragement, for their everything. Lizzie Alger, who is somewhere in the crowd. Wave your hand, Lizzie. I can't see you. Here she is. Lizzie's responsible for the logo, the cat sword and the sword. So I thank you so much, Lizzie. I just love it. I would like to thank my family, my sister who came all the way from Bairnsdale today, despite the fact that my mother just got out of hospital for something unmentionable, but she's fine, it's all right. My mother-in-law and the rest of the Cooper clan, as per usual, thank you for being here. And most of all, unless I've forgotten anyone else, I would... Oh, my first public. I'm getting there. Yes. There's another person in the room here. Redback wouldn't actually be a book now for it to be me republishing it if it wasn't for Penny Martin, who at the time was working for Mirror, who also took a punt on me. And so she's here all the way from Sydney just for the hell of it, just because she's the best publisher I ever had before. And yeah, so thank you, Penny. Sisters in Crime, obviously, it goes without saying, is the most extraordinary group of women and supporters, and it doesn't matter what genre you're writing in. They're here supporting me, and they'll support writers left, right and centre, particularly if they're women, but we'll support the blokes as well. I'd also like to thank Karen Chisholm, who is my web mistress extraordinaire. She built the website both for the Clandestine portal that belongs to the writers group and also for the press as well. And what she doesn't know about making things work is not worth knowing. So thank you, Karen. And the biggest thanks of all really, really has to go to my partner, Michelle, who has put up with me for a long time in terms of me writing and her working. Somebody's got to do it. A friend of mine here was telling me that her partner kept walking into her the other day and saying, while she was writing, saying, "Can you make coffee? Because you're not doing anything, obviously, and I'm out here cutting a tree down. Because you're not doing anything, can you do it?" Well, all the writers in the room know that ain't true. Writers work, and we work damn hard. We just work differently, and we're quite often deranged because of it. But without Shell's support, I wouldn't have been writing for as long as I have. I wouldn't have as many books as I have, and I certainly wouldn't be having the opportunity to do this, so that hopefully Clandestine Press gets successful enough that she can retire. So, have I forgotten anyone? Please tell me, because I had a list and we left it in the car. Demet, what do you...
Just cause.
Oh, okay. Demet wants me to thank her just cause. Okay. She's gorgeous. She's worth thanking. Now, one thing I would like to say is I have plans. Next year we are publishing Kerry's Delphic Women trilogy, which, as I said, is the one that's been out of print for nearly 10 years. And it's got to be out there. Cassandra, Electra and Medea. I can't wait. I've also got 2 crime novels, an urban fantasy and another cat book. So this is just the beginning, and it's now signing time. So if anyone would like to buy books, do, because that's how we start. That's how we get going. And the 3 authors will be over there somewhere signing our little hearts away for you. So thank you very, very much.